Hey everybody, my name's Donna Kilpatrick. I'm the ranch manager and land steward at Heifer Ranch in Perryville, Arkansas. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us today, just learning a little bit about a drag harrow. So in this video, we're going to talk about how we use it, when we use it, and why we use it. So stick around till the end and we'll show you some great before and after pictures. If you find value in this video, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Okay, so this tool is called a drag harrow. It's a very simple piece of technology. Lots of people make their own, and I have definitely made my own in the past instead of buying one. Some real common drag harrows that you could make, I've seen people connect tires and pull that behind their tractor or ATV, gator, whatever. In the past, I have used a piece of cattle panel and thrown a couple of tires on top. So the basic premise is that you're trying to create surface tension with the soil and with your harrow, depending on what your objective is, to break up material, or another use for a harrow is to turn it over and to actually scratch the surface of the soil. As you can see in this harrow here, we flipped it so the tines are facing up. And I've done that many times when I'm broadcasting seed. As a part of our mission here to restore our ecosystems using regenerative agriculture, we try to keep the surface of the soil always covered. So we would never plow or disc, but sometimes you do want to scratch up the surface of the soil just so, for example, if I'm planting clover seeds, I want that to have more contact with the soil than being insulated by a layer of biomass above the soil. So that's what those tines would be used for, just to scratch the surface barely. In this application, what we're doing is breaking up manure. So this pasture here, we stockpile grazed, and then we put out a bunch of hay in the end part of the winter. When you have really active soil, manure breaks down very quickly. Because this pasture has not been used for many years actually, the biology in the soil is a little bit slower. We're trying to increase that, and we want to help the manure break down faster by using the drag harrow. For this harrow, we could pull it with a tractor. We have a tractor here. The reason we're choosing not to do that is because the tractor's heavier and is going to compact the soil more. So we use the lightest piece of equipment that we have, which is actually my personal ATV, and just hooked it to the back using a carabiner and just pulled it along, and it works beautifully. It also uses less fuel than a tractor. We just received a lot of heavy rain, so there's areas in this pasture that we wouldn't drag right now. The reason being that, we're trying to increase our soil fertility, and we don't want to go through here and make a lot of ruts with our ATV. So we're actually dragging areas that are relatively dry. So this harrow we purchased at our local co-op in Perryville. You can get them anywhere. Tractor Supply sells them. The cost is right around $400, I believe, but this is the kind of thing that you can also find on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, those kinds of things. But again, remember, you can also make your own, and there are lots and lots of people that do that, save money. The goal is for it to be really cost effective, low technology, user friendly, and to be able to just hop out on a pasture whenever you see the need to break up this manure and get these nutrients back into the cycle of the ecosystem. I usually harrow right at the end of the spring, right before the start of the summer, before the grass is really taken off in the growth stage. It's not something that I would do if the pasture was lush. There's tons of biology happening in the soil and in the forage then, and we live in a non-brittle leaning environment, meaning that we have moisture in our atmosphere all the time that is constantly, the biology here in Arkansas is always breaking things down. So we don't have a need to, spread the manure out in the forage growth season. That does that on its own. This is really just to get a jump start on the biology that's happening in the late spring, while the forage hasn't really started to take off yet, and just get a spring jump on our growing season. So when we feed hay in the wintertime, 99% of the time, we're spreading that out over a field, either using a hay unroller, which you might have seen in the previous video, or shaking it out in various areas where we see the need for either increased impact by the cattle, or sometimes I'll shake it over an area that I know has cockleburrows or something like that, a weed that we want to eradicate to get the animals to have higher impact there. So doing that, you'll sometimes see residual hay left in large amounts in the springtime. That hay is excellent. You know, when we feed a bale of hay, we're thinking 50% for the cows and 50% for the environment and for the soil. Nevertheless, I feel like it's a good idea to take your harrow, if you have time, take your harrow and just spread that out a little bit further so that you're not smothering any grass that's starting to grow. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any more questions about drag harrowing or any of this process, leave a comment below and we'll get back to you.